Hi there! Welcome to Live with the Paper Pixie. Happy Wednesday. I'm Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the U.S., and I'm coming to you live from Alpharetta, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. As you're rolling on in, say hello and where you're watching from. I see Mary Cusick is here, Kathy, Elaine, Angie. Hi, hippie Kansas girl. Baba June, Tammy, Peggy, Stacy. Yay! How is everybody doing? It's been cold, well, weird. Super rainy the last 2 days. It was really warm yesterday, chill today. The weather can't make up its mind. Hi, Jakobina. Hi, Jerry Lynn. Welcome. Hi, Carla, Andrea, Elise, Kathy, Nancy, Wanda, hello. Wanda, I think you got a package for me today. I've been keeping my eye on your your customer thank you gift. I think I got delivered today. Hi, Ginny. Hi, Sandy, Julie, Deidre. Hi, Jackie. Thank you, guys. We are going to be creating 2 projects tonight using the Hugs and Kisses bundle. I believe that was a special request from last week. I had a whole other project planned for tonight using the ice cream corner suite. I don't even know, the ice cream suite, but a lot of the products, so I shouldn't say a lot. The punch is on back order until February 15th, so I didn't want to tease you with that, but I figured we're right up until the last minute with Valentine's projects, so let me give you a quick sneak peek. It's going to be coordinating projects here. We've got a card, and then a super quick and easy treat holder that goes together. So that's what we'll be making tonight, taking it easy on myself a little bit. It's been one of those weeks. One of those weeks where you lose your mojo, and I think I find what happens with me is when my stuff is not organized, then I lose mojo. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. Let's do a couple of housekeeping things and we'll jump right into the project. My host code for January is there on the screen, BPDNWZPH. Please apply this host code to your orders under $150 with me. If your order is $150 or more, do not add the host code because you'll earn Stampin' Rewards on orders of $150 or more. And then orders of $75 or more through me will earn this month's free gift, which are the foam adhesive sheets, about an $8 value there. Those free gifts will ship out to customers that qualified for them in the middle of next month. So I order those at the end of the month and ship them separately, so they won't come with your order, your qualifying order, but I do ship them separately with little thank you notes. So let's see, what else? Oh, and if you're looking for Girl Scout cookies, Lily is still selling cookies. Go to thepaperpixie.com/cookies. That's my little brownie Lily. They are doing everything online this year with cookies. So if you don't have a local cookie gal, Lily's your gal. This is for those in the U.S. with every year the Girl Scouts sell cookies. And my favorite cookies, I think, are tag-alongs. My husband's are Thin Mints. So Brian's over here to the side watching for your questions. He'll pop questions up on the screen for me. He's a huge help. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of our current catalogs, you can submit a catalog request at thepaperpixie.com/happymail. I just got a whole bunch of them in. I was down to none. I got them just in time for your requests. You can submit requests there. I think that is it. I've got a quick piece of artwork from Nolan. Lily doesn't have any new artwork this week, so I'll share what Nolan has created, and then we'll jump right into the projects tonight. I can't think if Prize Patrol. I will share the winners at the end of the broadcast. I'll also share what this week's Prize Patrol winnings are, and I'll talk about that at the end of the broadcast. So let's jump into it. Flipping the camera there. There we go. Let's see. All right, I think we're going to start with the card tonight. So this card, again, features the Hearts and Kisses. I think I may have called it Hugs and Kisses. I don't know if that's what I called it, but Hearts and Kisses bundle. This is a really fun bundle because it's a punch bundle. Punch bundles are my favorite, mostly because of the price, but also because they're so much easier to create with. Because you don't have to bring out a die cutting machine. I love these, especially for making multiples. I'm going to show you on page 14 of the current mini catalog is the Hearts and Kisses bundle. I love these samples here on this page. I almost did a catalog case here, but I love how they've shown this simplify or step it up with some really pretty colors. I think I might be using some of the same colors on these projects, but I just loved picking out all different shades of pinks and red. But this is such a fun, I saw a sample on Pinterest where they had taken an alphabet die and covered the G with a V to say Happy Valentine's Day, which I thought was pretty genius. But this would be a really cute sentiment to send to your girlfriends. You could have a Zoom happy hour and make something like this together. Anyways, lots of fun stuff. I love kind of the watercolor wash and just the fact that the punch goes with the kiss and the heart. So we'll have fun doing that. I forgot Nolan's artwork, didn't I? Here is Nolan's artwork. He's dreaming of going to the beach. This is just a person, but I'm going to say that this is Daddy because he's got glasses, I think. An umbrella, a table for food, and a cool sunshine with the ocean and the beach. So that's Nolan. He's 5. They have been having fun with markers. So, all right, let's jump into how do we get rid of... Oh, good question, Marlene. That is a setting on your actual device. That's not something that I can control. So maybe somebody in the comments could, I want to say there's some setting at the bottom of your viewing screen that you can turn off captions. I'm not sure, Marlene, if you're looking at it from a mobile device or a computer, but there should be somewhere that you can turn that off. Okay. Sorry, I can't be more helpful there. Yes, Melanie, I see you're dreaming of the beach as well. Yes, me too. All right. We are using the new basic white. I've used up all of my Whisper white. This is basic white. You may notice, probably not on camera, but it is a little bit of a brighter white, which I love. So this is the thick basic white. This is going to be our card base. I like to use the thick basic white for card bases because of its strength and sturdiness. This piece measures 4 1/4 by 11. And I've scored it in half at 5.5 inches. I think you can probably see that score line there. So we'll go ahead and fold this in half. And if you've been following my blog for any period of time, these are kind of my go-to measurements. I personally, and it's probably because I take photos of cards standing up, but I personally like the portrait card style with the fold at the top. So we've got that. How do you fold on the score line? Great question, Lori. So when you score, this is the easiest way to explain. When you score, you create a valley with the score line. You want to turn that valley into a mountain. So you fold away from the score line or away from the valley, if that makes sense. Sort of the opposite of what you would think. So let's say I scored on this side of the paper. I'm turning that valley into a mountain, okay? And that gives you a pretty nice fold on the inside. And I don't know why that works better, but it probably has to do with the fact that you're pressing the paper fibers. So you do fold it the opposite way you would think. My next piece is Melon Mambo, and this piece measures 3 3/4 by 5. Again, one of my go-to measurements because I love that extra bit of the card base peeking out. I'm going to wait to glue that. And then I've got a regular piece of basic white, and this measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. That's going to give us about a 1/16 of an inch border with the Melon Mambo popping out. I love that white pop of color and then white, okay? So before we glue those pieces together, let's do our stamping. And we're going to do our stamping a couple of times because we're going to repeat it with the 3D project. I've got beautiful pinks and reds tonight. Melon Mambo, real red, you can't see that, but Petal Pink and Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to start with Petal Pink. I'm going to show you the images we're using tonight. We're using this watercolor wash, the lips, the heart. We're going to use Sealed with a Kiss and XOXO. Oh, and this little bunch of hearts too. So using a lot of the sets here, or a lot of the stamps. All right, so I've got my swish here, and because Petal Pink is such a pale color, I don't need to stamp this off. So I'm going to put that towards the top, but centered left to right. Stamp that down. Look at that. I love what stamps can do. I'm going to kind of get these lined up so they're ready for the next 3D project. I don't have a template for you tonight because you'll see how easy it is to make before I get ink everywhere. All right, so the little bunch of hearts here, this is going to be in real red. Kind of doing a little bit of collage stamping here. So just have fun with it, pick different colors. And then I've got a scrap piece of basic white. I keep wanting to say whisper white. And I've got Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. So Melon Mambo, we're gonna stamp the lips. And I love the detail in these. I don't think this is a distinctive stamp set. But look how cool that is. Almost like a colored pencil, or I think like a colored pencil drawing there. I love that. And Flirty Flamingo. All right, so bringing out this awesome Kiss Punch. What I love about this too is it leaves a little white border around the stamped image. And I could have gotten all fancy to do a template for those. I've got an extra pair of white lips here that we can hold on to. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm kind of building this as we go. We are going to do some heat embossing. I'm actually gonna do both of them at the same time, so we only have to hear it once. Do you put anything on the runners of your ink pads to make them glide so nicely? I do not, Cindy. They break in a little bit after you start opening them. I haven't needed to do that. I actually did just get quite a few new ink pads because I use mine a lot. And some of them are a little stiff to start with, but once you start using them, they should loosen up on you. All right, so I have a 5/8 of an inch strip of real red. Any length, really. We're gonna kind of do both sentiments here. And I wanna grab, this is retired, so I'm cheating, but this is the Embossing Buddy. It was the very first thing I ever bought from Stampin' Up! And the only thing I bought on my very first order almost 11 years ago, and the rest is history. I got a catalog with that order and had to have it all, so I decided to join the Stampin' Up! Family. So speaking of which, it's celebration time right now, so purchases of 50 or 100 can earn free product, papers, and stamps. There's also a host set, I already did that part, that is available for orders of $300 or more. And if you've got a really big wish list, there's an incredible starter kit promotion where you can get $125 worth of product for $99 plus 5 packs of designer series paper, 5 different color family packs, a total of 200 sheets of 6x6. It's a value of $57.50, but you get that completely free with the starter kit. So I've got XOXO. I'm going to stamp that in Versamark. And I'm going to come in, I don't know, I'm coming in about an inch. We'll stamp that in the center here. I'm going to grab my little spoon. We'll do that one on one side, and then if I work fairly quickly, this is the tricky one because it's just about 5/8 of an inch. This is sealed with a kiss. Pardon my head. Okay. All right, let's get this out of the way and we'll run the heat tool real quick. This is white embossing powder. Be a little bit noisy for a second. Let's see if I can catch it in the camera so you can see it turn. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, and then XOXO. There we go. Do I ever use a colored stamp pad for embossing? I don't typically, Deidre, but you can. What you typically want to do is do colored first and then the Versamark right over top of it. Or if you are quick, you can usually get embossing powder to stick. It is not difficult to join, Susan. So my team of Paper Pixies is all over the country. We are, I haven't checked. We represent about 30 different US states on my team. So I do everything virtually for my team because of it, because my team's all over the country. So we do monthly Zoom gatherings together. We've got a Facebook group. I'd love to have you join my team. All right, so those are both done. I'm gonna come back to the Sealed with a Kiss, but we're gonna start with the XOXO. I'm just gonna come in to the left of the sentiment and just cut at, I don't know, about a 45-degree angle. I have, Kristen, 3 or 4 jars of it, I think. This is a Sistema sort of snack container, and I wanna say I did 3 or 4 jars of the white. I love to emboss. All right, so we did that, and we might as well cut this one while we're at it too. I'm just, no rhyme or reason, just sort of at a 45-degree angle, okay? The systemic containers, Jennifer, I got from Amazon. I think there's a link in the description of this video to my favorites page that will take you to a list of all my favorites that I love, and the systemic containers should be on there. I think they come in packs of 3. I used to find them at the Container Store, but they that size is a little bit difficult to find, so Amazon's the way to go. All right, so I'm then going to, we're going to kind of adhere this off to the right side, but then I'll trim off the excess there. And actually, let's do the, I'm doing this out of order here. Let's do this one first. When I'm creating a card, I do things in so many different ways. I did something with the spoon, Denise, so, and these may or may not be on my favorites page. It's those, the command hooks that are used for like Christmas lights. I think you can see that. And then the little spoons are off Amazon too. This is not my idea, Jennifer McGuire, for sure. So she's got some great organizational ideas. There's a couple of different hooks that will work. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of liquid glue. I don't wanna go all the way to the edge because we are gonna trim some of that off. If you're worried about getting ink on your desktop, you can just grab the silicone mat. I think you've seen that before. I'm talking about this one. It just keeps glue off your surface. All right, so we've got that kind of hanging off to the side. I'm just gonna grab a pair of scissors. Normally I would use paper snips here, but I happen to have my retired ribbon scissors. So we've done that part. Now let's grab the Melon Mambo. It's so funny, I make cards all the time, but this is only, I think, the second week that I've done cards live. So everybody's got a different creative process, don't they? I am gluing this down to the Melon Mambo piece. I love the contrast of the real red with the Melon Mambo there. And then when I press this down so that I don't really see a glue line, I just burnish it pretty well with my fingers there. All right, so now we've got our little pair of lips here, and we're gonna put a little bit of liquid glue on this. Just kind of centering it there, left to right, kind of between the bunches of hearts. And then this little guy, I'm just gonna grab a trio, probably overkill, but of the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. These are always so hard to get the backings off, aren't they? This kind of offset to the lower right. Gonna grab a little rhinestone. I love doing collage style cards, especially with quite a bit of white space on it. Now this, we're going to take regular size dimensionals. I don't want any saggy cards, so I'm going to do 1 in each corner and then 2 in the center there, especially if this goes through the mail. The other thing I love to do is to take a 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock to protect the front of this card, especially because it's got a rhinestone on it. And you can even dress that up with a little bit of dry embossing. Do something fun with that extra piece of protective cardstock. So I'm just centering this on the base. Now I have this loose baker's twine that came from the snail mail twine combo pack. So when I do my product shares, occasionally I come across ribbon that has been spliced together, and if I can avoid it, I try not to give that to my product share participants. So there was one piece that was spliced, so I throw that in my stash and work with it. So that's why this is off the spool. I believe the snail mail baker's twine combo pack is on low inventory, so if you haven't snagged it, go get it. I have folded this in half, and I'm going to do a double loop bunny ears bow here. And then just gonna mess with it. Those loops are way too big. That looks good there. Got a little extra twine. The ordering number for Basic White Vicky. This project's going to post to my blog tomorrow, and there will be links to the products in the description or in the supplies list at the bottom. But you can also just go to stampinup.com, or the easiest way to shop with me is thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you search in the search bar for Basic White, you should see all of the Basic White products. So I'm just going to grab a mini glue dot and stick that behind the bow. And then I just kind of squish that glue dot because it's a little bit bigger than the knot of this bow here. And I'm just going to put this off to the lower right. Those tails are a little bit long. Let's trim them slightly. There we go. All right, so that is the card. Again, quick, easy, lots of white space, but some collage stamping. Really cute for a Valentine's card, an anniversary card, but I do love the Hearts and Kisses bundle. So let's do a coordinating treat box. This is super easy. Inside, I've got one of the snack size Hershey's miniatures. No, snack size Hershey's chocolate bar. And I'm laughing because when I ordered these from Walmart for grocery pickup, I ordered the ones without almonds, but I got the ones with almonds. So that is what's going to fit in this little treat holder. You can get 4 of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11 because these measure 3.5 by 5.5 is what we're going to start with. So let me grab that and make sure this is the one. I got to measure it. 3.5, oops. See, I think I cut that wrong. I did it 3 by, so let me trim another piece. It's too funny. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, oh, I'm doing so good. I had everything ready. So 3.5. Then I got an extra one from my YouTube video. Now let's double check to make sure I did that right. Yep, 3.5 by 5.5. All right. Bringing in the Simply Scored here, one of my favorite tools. I'm going to put it on the 5.5 inch side, and we are going to score this at 3/8, 3/4, 2, and 2 3/8. So 3/8, 3/4, 2, 2 3/8. So easy. That's why there's no template. We're going to go ahead and fold and burnish on the score lines. So it's going to end up folding like this. Could that be easier? All right, so I'm actually going to put this together and then we're going to stamp because I want to make sure that I know where I'm stamping. I'm looking for my tear and tape. Good question, Nancy. I did not, she's asking about the stylus for the Simply Scored because I had one that broke in half. I have forgotten to call Stampin' Up. Oh, goodness. How many Pixies are on my team? Linda, thank you. So right now, I think it's 81 total. We are growing and I love it. I love welcoming new team members to the Stampin' Up family. I'm talking as I do that. So I am putting tear and tape on, well, if we're looking at the way that this folds, on that outside 3/8 of an inch section. Go ahead and remove the backing here. If you have any extra tear and tape, just fold it back on itself. And I'm going to fold on the first score line. So first score line and third score line. Okay, so first and third, we're going to fold this flat and that's going to line up right where we want it to go. So we're not folding on this first, we're not folding on the last score line, but the second to last, if that makes sense. Then I'm just pressing down. So see how that lays completely flat? Then that lines up using our score lines right where we want it to go. Okay? So I'm also going to come in and round the corners using the detailed trio punch. I'm so nervous about it freezing from 2 weeks ago. So far, so good. So just rounded the top two corners. What's that? Good. And now because this will lay flat, I can do some stamping, okay? So we're going to do very similar. This is basically the same layout. So I'm going to start with Petal Pink and the swish, the watercolor swish. And I'm going to stamp that right in the center, okay? Got our adorable hearts in real red. I should have stamped. I'm laughing at myself because I'm not being very efficient here. I had the ink and the stamps already out. I should have just stamped 2 of everything. So that is in Melon Mambo. Flirty Flamingo. Bring back the awesome Kiss Punch. Now, if you were to make a whole bunch of multiples of these, my suggestion is to do everything in stages. So do all of the cutting, then all of the scoring, then all of the stamping, and then all of the assembly, and you'll find that it's going to go much, much faster that way. All right, so a little bit of liquid glue on the back side of the lips, and then put that right in the center. Jen, you're going to find out at the end. So hashtag Prize Patrol is how you enter to be eligible to win my Prize Patrol each week. The hashtag helps me pull all of the commenters and then randomly select a winner. So I know people who've been with me for a few weeks since I've started that are already getting their entries in. But don't worry, you'll be able to enter between now and next Wednesday. So I try not to announce it at the beginning because then it's hard for my husband to see all the questions. So, all right, I did that trio of mini dimensionals on the back of the heart. We'll pop that up here then again. And don't be afraid to case yourself. I sort of cased myself here with the same layout, even though I did them in the same evening together. But I was following the same layout as I did for the card. Okay, So now we can go ahead and I've got my sentiment here, okay? I'm gonna trim this off right up to the edge there, and we're gonna put this down towards the bottom, okay? Liquid glue for that, no need for dimension there. If you just press this down flat, that gives you a little bit of leverage. Liquid glue is great here because you can slide things into place. Okay, now it is ready for our chocolate. So I've got the snack size Hershey's bar. That's gonna go inside. Now, some of them have a little bit of extra air in them and they stay in there really easily. I think the one for the sample has some extra air in it. This one does not, so you'll see that it's gonna slide out. But we're just gonna tie a bow with the snail mail twine combo pack. This is the, I guess, basic white now version of this. So I'm going to do a double wrapped bow here. Got one end, I'm just gonna kind of bring down this far and loop this around. We'll do once and then twice. Okay. Then, I love the look of that double twine. Then I'm gonna go ahead and tie a bow here. And if you have reverse tweezers, this is my third hand here. I'm just gonna use that to hold that knot. And I'm looking at this and I think that my tail is not long enough, so let's pull that a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, so tying a bow, and this will just keep our chocolate in the treat holder. Pull my third hand out. And then we'll just tidy up the bow loops. Trim off the ends. And there we have our Hershey's snack size treat holder, sealed with a kiss for Valentine's Day with a coordinating card here. This project is really easy to change up for different occasions. You can add designer series paper to this, use a different cardstock base. I love, though, the white background with these. It showcases all the pretty pinks and real red. And so this was a lot of fun to put together. So the card will post to my blog at thepaperpixie.com tomorrow. And then I'll record a shortened YouTube tutorial that will post on Friday with the dimensions. I will link to all the supplies I used as well. So stay tuned for that. If you don't want to miss a thing, you can subscribe to receive my blog updates via email. You'll get an email each time I publish a new post, and you can subscribe at thepaperpixie.com/subscribe. Okay. So there is that. Let's jump into Prize Patrol. Okay.
Need to stress YouTube versus Facebook and no spaces.
Yes. All right, let's talk about winners from last week, and hopefully I already know one of the winners. She's going to be so excited. So last week's winners, congratulations to Susan Klein and Norlene Trice. Yay! Norlene always asks me every week if she won. So congratulations, Norlene and Susan. You want to go to here to redeem... to claim your Prize Patrol. So Susan and Norlene, go to thepaperpixie.com/Prize Patrol to claim your Prize Patrol. It'll just ask for your mailing address. That goes into my workflow, and then I can get these in the mail to you. Congratulations, Susan and Norlene. And, all right, drum roll. I have 2 extra January 2021 paper pumpkin kits to give out. This is this week's Prize Patrol. I'm going to put these up here so you can see that. To enter to win, now pay attention to the instructions because this is going to be different depending on where you're watching me from. So, YouTube watchers, you need to leave hashtag Prize Patrol, no spaces, all one word, including the hashtag, in the comments of the YouTube video, not in the live chat. Typically the live chat is up to the right. The comments are below the video. The comments is where you want to leave hashtag Prize Patrol. For my Facebook audience, hashtag Prize Patrol in the comments of the Facebook video. You know what to do there. Much easier than on YouTube, but I will choose one winner from YouTube and one winner from Facebook. So again, hashtag Prize Patrol, no spaces, make sure it's all together, and make sure it's spelled correctly as well, because there's some of you that are not eligible to win because of misspellings. So that is Prize Patrol US residents only. I just ship within the US. So 2 lucky winners will go home with or will be sent the January 2021 paper pumpkin kits. Okay. All right. I think you guys got the Prize Patrol thing. Any questions? Well, I'm asking that now, and it's just going to all say hashtag Prize Patrol. Let me flip back to this. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for about 30 minutes or so. And I'm simulcast to both YouTube and Facebook. So pick your poison wherever you want to watch it from. What else can I tell you? Celebration again. 3 great ways to get free stuff. So with purchases of $50 or $100, earn free stamps or papers. There's 3 papers that are like the very best sellers. It's the Oso Ombre, the Flower and Field, and the other floral one. I cannot remember the name of it right now. Those have been the 3 top sellers. I mean, of course, because it's beautiful paper. And the second way to earn free stuff is orders of $300 or more. There is a free stamp set, the Punch Party stamp set. And the third way is to join my team of Paper Pixies. For $99, it ships for free, which is an additional 10% discount. You get to choose up to $125 in product of your choice. And then for free, you will receive 5 packs of Color Family Designer Series paper, a total of 200 sheets. It's a $57.50 value, free with the starter kit. It's a great starter kit promotion. It's only going through February 28th. I will be having an opportunity night where I'll share my screen and show you how to go through the starter kit ordering process, answer any questions you have, and talk about my very favorite top 10 reasons why joining the Stampin' Up! Family is the best decision ever. I love doing that opportunity night, so stay tuned for that. I haven't scheduled it yet, but it is coming soon because I don't want you guys to miss out. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, check out my blog tomorrow for the card and my blog Friday for the Hershey's treat holder, and I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed week. You take good care. Bye.